make the streams louder.
Hey guys, today's video is going to be about some CFOP tips and tricks. I've just been thinking about some stuff and I've come to realize a few tips and tricks here and there for CFOP over the past few years, and I just wanted to make a quick video showing you guys some of these tricks. I hope you guys find some value in this, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you do, I hope that you guys also try to implement these things into yourselves. Anyways, enjoy the video. So the first thing I want to show you is this. This is a case where you have an edge that matches these two centers, and you have a piece here. The obvious alg is to do this. I find that this is the easiest of the set of algs. The other thing that I want to tell you guys about is when you have it opposite, when it's not on this side, but it's on this side. There's two ways to do it. The way that I usually do it is this, but there's an easier way to do it, which is to regrip, because it's easier to do an L than an F prime. So something that would be helpful is to instead do this. Even though that requires you to regrip, it's still easier than having to do a bunch more moves, and it also gives you the ability to do a sledgehammer into it. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is when you have the same pairing but it's in a different slot. What I would usually do this, and then I would insert it like the beginner's method, but something that I find easier to do, which happens to me more often, is to just do the normal alg like this, and I actually, more often than not, I end up having the slot directly in line with the pair, so I could just insert it in, which happens more than I would expect. So another trick that I have is for if you have a pair that's in line but the edge is flipped like this. What I would do is M slice. I would do this instead of doing another algorithm that possibly take up more regrips, but I have to say that it's a lot better than any other alg I've used. So M prime and U prime, and then the next thing is looking for if there's a pair here, because when you do this, you have to insert it like that, and if there's a pair back here, then you're going to end up messing it up. So if you have a pair like here, I will do a M prime, U prime, this, and then M, then you can insert it. Same for this side. The direction that you move the sides is all depending on where there are already pairs matched up. So I'm sure you guys can figure that out yourself, but that was some F2L tips and tricks. Also another thing is mirror algs. As I said before, when you have a case that's like this and then a case that's like this, you would basically use a different algorithm, just a flipped one for both, which is kind of simple for F2L. The next thing I want to talk about is less layer inserts. When you're doing less layer inserts, there's a whole set of algs to either do OLL skips or to get better OLL cases, and normally you just do inserts and you will get whatever alg you came upon. But if you're like most people and you don't want to get a bad case, then it's easy to just figure out, you know, if I do this or this turn, I end up getting this or this case. So, for example, if I was to do this, I would take it this case if I didn't want it, and I could just do a different insert and I get a negative good case. It's a relatively easy thing that is made up into a big thing. So the next thing I will talk about is OLO. The main thing in here is mirror algs. For example, if you would have this, obviously you would do this, and the opposite of that. Let's say you had some cases like this, where you would do this and insert it. Sometimes you might learn a new alg for the flip, or just do it like it is. I would more likely do the mirror alg instead of learning a new alg. But then there are also some cases like this, where you could potentially learn new algs for each case. But as always, what I did was I just learned the mirror alg for that. I find that on most OLL algorithms, it's easiest to use mirror algs instead of learning completely new algorithms. But then sometimes there are cases like this, where one case you can just do a double sexy move, but then in this case it would be quite a bit harder because I'm not comfortable doing an F prime. So what I would instead, what I do for this is I learn a new alg, because sometimes you might not want to learn the mirror alg for the case. You might want to learn a new alg because the mirror alg may be uncomfortable to you, like it is to me for this case. So for this, because I found that even though I had to learn a new alg to do the OLL case, I found that it would be a lot easier than something that would be uncomfortable to me. Now, for PLL, when you have a mirror alg, like this case for example, I forgot what kind of perm this is, but when you have this case, I would just do this alg to solve the case. Then I would maybe learn a new alg for this, but it's a mirror case, so because it's a mirror case, I don't have to learn a new alg. I can just do the same thing and it will be solved. But anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something from this. I hope that you take these tips and tricks and you put them towards your own solves. I know I enjoyed making this video, and I enjoyed giving you guys some tips and tricks and just some ways to help you improve your solves. But yeah guys, I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.